Apparently, nobody's collecting the goddamn tariffs. Winning. U.S. shippers told the news outlet they have not been charged higher tariff rates in their containers as recently as Thursday, despite Trump's claims that the tariffs are in effect and being collected $2 billion a day, apparently, allegedly. This latest snafu is on top of the fact that many companies and industry groups are still unsure of when tariffs will be collected, especially since Trump keeps changing the rates erratically in social media posts and executive orders and making new threats almost daily. Yeah, logistically, how do you even keep up with this? There's been some confusion on what Trump has said in social media posts on when the tariff starts and what is written in the executive order. Social media posts are not law on the pause and increase in tariffs. That's not true. They definitely are now. Some businesses have just abandoned cargo in the ocean because of uncertainty over how much they'll have to pay in tariffs. Is this what winning looks like? I'm tired of winning. Many companies can't afford additional costs and will leave income shipments stranded at ports. Jesus Christ. Aren't the ports currently like over full? Like they're being like stacked too much anyway? Is there a way to keep track of that? Like what the line is looking like? Because I've heard that it's pretty bad over there. Port of Long Beach is so right now and they've been having labor disputes. Pretty good time to be having labor disputes, to be honest. Can you imagine working there right now? Jesus Christ. Well, I mean, apparently it doesn't matter because the tariffs aren't even being collected. So, whatever. For now, Customs and Border Patrol is telling shippers to pay duties and tariffs within 10 days of their cargo's relief, in which time it expects the glitch to be resolved. But this whole mess is just further... Dude, they don't charge you for tariffs when you enter the port. You tiptoe into the country. Later, they slap you with a bill that's way higher than you expected because the tariffs have gone up thanks to like 17 Trump Truth Social posts since then. USA port congestion. Oh, Savannah, USA is up to 4 days. Newark, 10 days? Detroit, 9 days? Holy shit. I'll admit, I don't know enough about these ports to say whether or not it's typical, but 9 days definitely seems like pretty long delay, be my guess. Yep, it's certainly been going up. It was at 0.63 days on March 29th, and as of yesterday, it's at 9 days. Is that the pattern for all of them, I assume? What about Newark? Yep. Dude, this sucks. What the hell? Oh, shit. I have only one of 3 monthly searches remaining. Uh-oh. They don't want me to have this information. The Trump administration's trying to censor me. What's the last port we should look at? Long Beach? How about Long Beach? Because that's the one that I grew up next to, and that's the one that was mentioned in chat. We're going to do Long Beach, okay? Yep. Oh, Long Beach was actually higher in the past. Interesting. Maybe from the labor disputes? Still going up. What don't they want us to know? How badly this is all being run, I assume? Investor confidence is not high right now. This is a very scrunched map, so I don't think it should be taken as indicative of like a national tendency over a long period of time, but more like a very sudden shock since the tariffs came in, where the 10-year yield spikes up and the dollar index spikes down in opposite directions at the same time, when normally they tend to like correlate pretty decently, you know? This person right here in the comments shows like this tendency hasn't always followed in so closely, though you can usually see that these big periods of divergence are the consequence of like market disruptions, right? Like COVID or the 2008 financial crash. And so I think this is more useful as like a short-term indicator than anything else. The dollar is down, my friends. The dollar is down. It's still down today. At the beginning of the month, 104.26 on the dollar index. Now all the way down to lower than 100. As of yesterday. Yeesh. Trump is actively trying to devalue the US dollar. Yeah, he has said that. I don't think there's going to be a crash. I think we're going to experience record-shattering volatility, which will cause insane levels of damage to the real economy. I think that as well. I don't think it's going to be like the market goes down in a straight line. It's that the market is going to whiplash wildly while all of the underlying like factors, you know, of the real economy, you know, the bedrock of it, jobs numbers, inflation, consumer confidence, those ones are going to go down. Look at that, dude. If we go back to year to date, the dollar's lost more than 10%. More than 10% since the beginning of the year. Fuck. I should have opened up a retirement account in euros or something. I need to go to the German index and open up whatever their version of a Roth IRA is. Get one in euros, get one in yen. I don't know. We got to diversify our assets. Yeah, consumer. There's nothing that can be done about the drop in consumer confidence because the constant whiplashing day after day. Even Trump's attempts to overcorrect for it, right? Like Trump, very clearly him walking back on the tariffs was a response to the bond yields. He said that. He said investors were getting queasy over the bond yields, which was very funny. Gold right now is skyrocketing, which is also an indication of lowered faith in the government. Silver is also no. Yeah, but I pay attention to gold because that's the jewelry that looks good on me. I'm not really a silver guy. I'm more of a gold guy. Silver is good for werewolves, though. That is true. That is true. Bond yields are still up. Still going up. Still going up. All the way up to all the way up to basically 4.5. Yay. Yay. Half a percentage point in like a week. Wait, what? Duty since April 5th on... Wait, hold on. Truth Social Trump. What did he say? When did he say that? When did he say that he'll be reimbursing duties paid on chips since the 5th? Is he walking back more shit? I don't see it on Truth Social, which is where he announces all of his economic policy. MIC intervention. U.S. scrambles as China cuts off key minerals for fighter jets. China's recent decision to impose export restrictions on rare earth elements critical to advanced U.S. military technology has sent ripples through the American defense sector. Ha. Ha ha. Oh, neat. This is the plot of Call of Duty 2. Yep. It's Black Ops 2, fake gamer. I just saw people posting about it on Twitter. It's true. I don't really play the Call of Duty games. I'm sorry. I've been exposed. After I built up so much aura and hype points with my opinions on StarCraft as well. Now people know I'm a fake gamer. I asked Biz and Wall Street Bets if the market is in recovery or if we're just getting started, and those who answered genuinely don't know. To be fair, I'm pretty sure you could ask people in Wall Street Bets most of anything, and they would respond in that way, at least if they were being honest. Good for entertainment, though. Speaking to reporters on Air Force One Friday night, Trump said, "The bond market's going good. It had a little moment, but I solved that problem pretty quickly. I'm very good at this." That's pretty true, man. That's pretty true. I didn't know there were Supreme Courts for each state. Yeah, the states and the federal government have a more or less parallel judicial system. State law and federal law are different, but ultimately state laws or state legal issues are subservient to the Supreme Court of the United States of America. Hence the name. So if the states are having an issue with one another, or there's an issue that can't be... that it gets appealed outside of the states up to the federal level, then it can run the gamut there. Yeah, like how we have a state executive and the governor, state legislators bicameral for the most part. Is there a Supreme Court for cities? No, because there's not really any such thing as city law. There's municipal law, right? Which is that's like county level. Well, there's county. It's different. There's not a Supreme Court for cities, but there are Superior Court. Yeah, Superior Courts run at the county level. Basically, it's complicated, is what I'm saying. Texas actually has 2 Supreme Courts, one for civil and one for criminal law. Huh. I actually didn't know that. That's new to me. I didn't know that.